Welcome to lesson 12-5, volume. And your learning goal for tonight is to, 1, understand that volume is the measure of the amount of space inside a solid figure. How many cubic units fill the inside of a three-dimensional shape? That is volume. And you will learn that the formula for volume of a rectangular prism is volume equals length times width times height. So in 12-4, you counted cubes to find the volume. Tonight, we're going to just use the simple formula, length times width times height. You will find that you will get the same answer by counting the cubes, but also using the formula. So here's our first example. We need to find the volume of this box right here. Now, 1, we could count the cubes. We have 1, 2, 3, by 2, and the height is 4. So that means our bottom area is 6, okay? But then I'm going to take 6 times 4 and get 24 cubic units, okay? So that's one way. Now, if we don't have the cubes here, we can just look over here and we can take 7 times 2 times the height, which is 3. So 7 times 2 is 14, and then 14 times 3 is 42 cubic centimeters. Now remember, you always have to label it, and volume is always labeled cubic, and then the unit of measurement here is centimeters, so then that needs to be applied. So we have 42 cubic centimeters. And we found the volume over here by counting the cubes, 3 by 2 by 4. 3 times 2 was 6, and 6 times 4 was 24. And this would just be cubic units, and this is cubic centimeters. And we did that once more by taking 7 times 2, which was 14, and then we took 14 times 3. 3 times 4 was 12, carry the 1, so we have 42 cubic centimeters. So here's our practice problem. Remember, each cube is going to be 1 centimeter. So this is telling us our unit of measurement, which is important when you go to write your answer to your practice problem. Please make sure you're labeling it with the same unit of measurement. Calculate the volume of the shape that was made from the cube blocks. The volume of one block is 1 cubic centimeter. So let's look at the dimensions. It's a practice problem. You're going to count the length. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 by 1, 2, and the height is 3. So our dimensions are 5 by 2 by 3. So that's going to be important. So go ahead and push pause, find the volume, and push play to see if you're right. Now, did you write, oh, not cubic units, we want it to be 30 cubic centimeters. If you remember from the question, it was 1 cubic centimeter. And 5 times 2 is 10, because your dimensions were 5 by 2 by 3. So 5 times 2 is 10, and 10 times 3 equals 30 cubic centimeters. You can also write it that way. Here's your next practice problem. This time, a cube is represented by 1 inch. So remember that so you can label it correctly with the correct unit of measurement. And we need to we're going to calculate the volume of this box as well. So we need to look at the length. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 by 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 by 4, and the height is 3. So our dimensions are 5 by 4 by 3. So go ahead and push pause and push play when you're ready to see if you got the correct answer. Okay, did you write 60 cubic inches? We want the unit of measurement to match. The dimensions were 5 by 4 by 3. Woo! So 5 times 3 is 20, and 20 times 3 equals 60 cubic inches, which can also be wrote that way. Great job, you got it right. And now we're ready to challenge yourself. And maybe you didn't see that. If you did, you already know the answers, but you'll have to show your work on how you got there. So, an underground chamber was discovered in an old mansion. The dimensions of the chamber are 14 feet by 6 feet by 6 feet. An old crate was also found in the chamber. Sounds interesting. And it had dimensions of 1 foot by 1 foot by 2 feet. What is the maximum number of crates that can be put in the chamber? So there are some hidden questions here. The first hidden question is you're going to have to figure out what the volume is of the big chamber first. Then you're going to need to figure out the volume of the crate. That's the next hidden question. Then you can answer what is the maximum number of crates that can fit in the underground chamber. So this is a multi-step problem, and I know you can do it. So come tomorrow with your answer that shows all of your work. And double check tonight that you've wrote your learning goals down, that you have wrote vocab, you have done all your practice problems, and you've completed your challenge problem. And if you have completed a lesson 12-5. See you in the morning.